New audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Holmes, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault. The music mogul is not accused of sexual assault in the lawsuit, but is included over allegations of liability and aiding and abetting. The lawsuit cites audio from a makeshift recording studio on the yacht where the alleged assault happened. This is the latest in a series of lawsuits filed against the rap mogul and businessman. Both men, father and son, deny the allegations.
And I had my own week, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this.
You won't believe the tea I'm about to spill on Diddy. The streets are saying some shocking audio leaks just dropped, and it's looking like the beginning of the end for Mr. Bad Boy himself. I got all the juicy details on these scandalous recordings blowing up the internet. Trust me, you want to stay tuned. This is the story everyone's talking about. We're diving deep into the drama and breaking down exactly how these leaks could bring Diddy's whole empire crashing down. Get ready to have your edges snatched. We're going all in on this celebrity scandal. Hit that subscribe button and let's get into it.
Do you think Diddy can come back from this? Because a lot of people saying it's over for him.
Oh, it is over for him. Come back to where? To be in the entertainer business? Listen to me, man. And I don't want to bring this guy's story up because it's old. And I know he's trying to live past it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Ray Rice, his wife, spit in his face. And he did what he did on that elevator. He ain't played one football game after that. Nowhere that I know of. He may have went overseas and played or something like that. I don't know that to be true. But he didn't play in the NFL, a hell of a running back. He ain't played not one down in the NFL after that. No endorsements. Nobody's going to have anything to do with old boy. And when they come out with this other stuff, he going to come back to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he do the ultimate sin, is suicide. Because bruh, he's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his. And now, him nor his kids would profit from anything from Bad Boy or Sean Puffy Combs again. His kids is gonna suffer behind this.
Wow, man, that's crazy to hear, man. And you knowing Diddy, you think it's a good chance he might take his life?
He was talking about taking his life at the City College thing. Yo, D. Ferg, ASAP Ferg's father, say, yo, man, we gotta watch him, man. This nigga talking about killing himself. I say, so let him. If you're that weak, I said, let him. And he said, Eugene, why you say that? I said, man, listen to me, man. He ain't no good to nobody if he talking about hurting himself. His life don't belong to him. His life belong to God. What he should be trying to do right now is work his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil he been worshiping. That those people got him believing, you understand, that's the true God. Because everything from what I know, since I've been around him, everything that's gone forward has been that of the devil. The drugs, the alcohol, the partying, Everything has been of the devil. And he's been leading not only himself, our people.
It gets even juicier. Let me tell you exactly what these scandalous audio leaks revealed about Diddy. Some anonymous source dropped a bunch of recordings online, and they spread like wildfire. The tea was piping hot. In these leaks, we hear Diddy allegedly making shady business deals, throwing threats, and even trash-talking other celebs. Can you believe it?
Into some kind of damnation through his actions.
Yeah, I'm just in disbelief, man. I mean, to see his downfall. I mean, he been on a long run, man. So, to see this is crazy, man. I mean, how long has he been famous?
Nah, so you got to realize he didn't get his fame until after he made that, remember, you got to remember this, Mighty. I said he made the atmosphere for Pac to die. He made the atmosphere for Big to die. He created the atmosphere, you understand, for Suge Knight to go to jail, because that's what came out of his mouth. So that didn't happen. His fame he didn't really come famous until after the death of Tupac and the Notorious Big, brother. So that's like 97. He went on that whole Bad Boy tour with the #1 song in the world, Missing You, where he stole the thing from Sting and the music from Source Money, the lyrics from Source Money. Didn't even want to pay that man his money. Waited all those years to pay that man his money. He was stealing people's dreams, man. He's the cause of a lot of people's death, and people ain't gonna see it the way I see it. But when you steal somebody's dreams, Black Rob probably could have changed his life. Probably could have changed the way he thought. Probably could have changed the way he was doing business if he wouldn't have stole G-Dep from him. If he would have treated Craig Mack in the correct way and not try to steal his music, use him in the way that he used Craig Mack to catapult the Notorious Big, Craig Mack's life could have been changed. If he would have never set up the atmosphere and had Big out there in California and bringing Big to that party, the Notorious Big life may still be here.
The streets are saying one recording caught him on the phone, negotiating some under-the-table payoffs to keep a project hush-hush. Another leak supposedly has audio of Diddy going off on a sexist rant about female artists, saying some really demeaning things. SMH, it ain't looking good for Mr. Combs right now.
It was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against his cheeks. I heard struggling to take. I heard this being like, yeah, daddy, when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling, like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this Diddy.
But wait, there's more. Rumor has it one of the most damaging leaks exposes Diddy's involvement in a major scandal from back in the day that everyone thought was buried. If it's true, this could open up a whole can of worms he definitely doesn't want out there.
If he wasn't trying to put the Bloods against the Crips, well, they was already against each other anyway, but use the Crips, maybe Tupac would have never had that altercation. But if ands, and buts were candies and nuts, like I always say, Christmas would be every day. And I understand that. But he set up the atmosphere for a lot of people. Wolf set up the atmosphere between him and BMF. Come on, man. They say one day you got to pay the piper. That's why he getting that smoke.
Sauce Money, you brought his name up. He had an issue with Diddy?
For years, Sauce Money is the one who wrote that Missing You, bruh. The #1 song for a long, it was a #1 song on Billboard. I think he did more than Elvis or anybody. Probably Whitney Houston. But Whitney Houston's the only one did like Triple Diamond or something. But that Sauce Money was like the #1 song, and that's what catapulted him into stardom. He didn't pay Sauce Money for years. For years. And Sauce Money wouldn't say this, but I know this to be true. He did a diss song on Puff. Sent it to Jay-Z. Jay-Z called Puff and said, yo, my man, you don't want that diss song to come out about you. This is true story. I think Puff sent him $100,000 or something like that. And that was, but that could have been about 8 to 10 years after that shit came out. You know how much money he made and show money and everything he did on that? It's crazy. But the only person who was getting paid off that was Sting.
The crazy part is how these recordings even got out in the first place. Who was secretly taping all these conversations? Was it someone in his inner circle looking to take him down? Or did he get caught up with the Fed and they're leaking dirt on him? The conspiracy theories are running wild.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. When he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich. So I'm finna put the squeeze on and give me a couple dollars and just ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just nobody believed that was really Diddy beating me back in. But now y'all motherfuckers.
The internet was in a frenzy as those audio leaks hit the web. Social media went into a tailspin over all the juicy details. It was like everyone and their mama had something to say about Diddy's scandalous secrets being put on blast.
Like, at the time, our relationship, I was like his big uncle, so I'm not gonna let him do stupid stuff to get himself in trouble or me in trouble. So a lot of that stuff that is probably happened after I left, you understand, other than, you know, the swinging stuff that he did with Kim and other guys and everything.
Okay, talk to me about that a little bit.
I don't know what you want to know about that, Cam. You know, you're talking about this is your girl, this is your woman. She didn't even have Christian at the time, but you bringing other guys in with her, and then sometimes be just other girls and her, then other guys, then guys and girls, and they swinging, they doing their thing, bro. You know, I guess that's what the industry is. They like to swing like that. You know, the rock stars do it. I guess the rappers was doing it too.
Was that stuff surprising to you, or were you used to it being around
Oh,
the
yeah.
music business?
I'm not gonna have, Cam, that's surprising to anybody. You know, who gonna have their girl having sex with another man because you can have sex with their girl, or y'all switching and y'all, nah, man. That's some beyond me. But I know it happens.
Mark Curry has said in an interview that Puff broke Kim Porter's nose when they were fighting on a yacht. Did you ever see anything like that or hear about anything like that?
I never seen Puff put his hands on Kim like that, other than snatching her and grabbing her or something like that. But as far as I heard of the nose breaking. That was something that I heard of that.
I had seen somewhere that, he treated J-Lo different than he treated Cassie and Kim.
Well, I know that I never seen him with the play fight like he used to do with Kim, because that's how it would start off. He would start off with the play fight, hitting her with pillows and all like that. I guess that love tap, I don't know, that I wasn't into that. I've never been into that with women. So he would start off like that, then it would always probably go up to something, a higher level, or where she wanted him to stop playing with her like that because he may have gotten a little too rough for her. But I never seen him do Miss Lopez like that. And when J-Lo was around, I used to always just call her Miss Lopez. He would do the flirtation and like have a lot of girls around and then try to play her like that. But, she would check that. And I put in my book one particular night where she was in the we was in the studio and a lot of girls was up there, and J-Lo got, Miss Lopez got mad, and she went home and she put on some jeans and sneakers and put her hair back into a little bun and a ponytail, and she came back to the studio, and Puff had a new song for her because she was heated, and he got rid of all those girls that was in the studio. So he never tried to, straight up, talk to her crazy or anything around people. Never. I never.
Twitter lit up with reactions, memes, and hashtags about the situation. Folks were retweeting and sharing the most shocking clips, adding their own 2 cents on the drama. Some die-hard Diddy fans were trying to defend their fave, saying the leaks were fake news and haters were just trying to bring him down. But even they couldn't deny how bad it looked when you heard Diddy's voice playing as Day on those recordings. Meanwhile, the haters and critics were having a field day, dragging Diddy through the mud. They called him out for being fake, a hypocrite, and a low-down dirty dog. Nems were popping up left and right, clowning on Diddy's boss image and exposing him as a fraud. The shade was real. But it wasn't just jokes and jabs flying around. People were questioning how men like Diddy abuse their positions. Folks were raising questions about his treatment of female artists and the shady business practices the leaks shed light on. It was clear the tide of public opinion was turning against Diddy fast. Even some celebs who used to roll with him were suspiciously silent or subtly distancing themselves as they didn't want to get caught up in his mess.
Raise his voice to her.
Okay. Totally different. Totally different thing.
Totally different. But you got to realize with Kim them and most other people that I've seen them be around, they depended on him. Ms. Lopez didn't depend on him. She had her own.
One thing I've seen a lot of people say was they want to hear from Young Miami.
She's standing by her man. That's what she said, right? I'm standing by my man.
Did she say that? I must have missed it.
Yeah, I think she said that when they was over in London, that she's standing by her man.
That's crazy. I mean, he might not be treating her like that.
I don't know. It's different when a lady says she like to be peed on and she's dealing with somebody. That came out her mouth.
Right, I remember.
So you ain't gonna give her what she like?
So she might be actually into all this stuff. Or not, not all of it, but some of the stuff that
may not bother her.
It might not bother her, and she might actually like it.
She can go get her Birkin bag the next day.
Suge and Diddy had this huge, feud going on. There's this picture that recently came out of Suge playing with Diddy's son. What did you think when you seen that?
We had saw this picture, and it wasn't the ones that was recently released. It was a picture of Suge hugging Misa, and Misa having Justin in her arms, and the thing said, "What the East Coast won't take care of, the West." The caption said, "What the East Coast won't take care of, the West Coast will." Puff saw that and almost blew a stack in his head. A vein came across his head. I mean, like he was heated. And he got on the phone. I guess he was trying to reach Misa. He was trying to, he was going crazy. And recently, I had told that story on another platform, and I told the story before, and then somebody said they don't believe it. It didn't happen. I was just capping all this other stuff. And now the photo gets released by I don't know who, and Suge Knight is playing Play Daddy on the floor with Justin.
The wild part was seeing how quickly all snowballed. 1 minute, Diddy was on top of the world. The next, he was the villain in everyone's story. The social media storm kept building, with more leaks and reactions fueling the fire. But this was just the beginning. If Diddy thought the court of public opinion was rough, wait until he faced the real-world consequences. Endorsement deals, business ventures, and his empire were about to feel the heat, and the legal hounds were ready to pounce too. This scandal was shaping up to be an epic downfall, and the whole world had a front-row seat to the drama. The king of hip-hop was about to face a reckoning like never before. The fallout? You already know those audio leaks were about to have Diddy's whole empire crumbling down. It wasn't just the court of public opinion coming for him. The business world was ready to drop him like a hot potato. Endorsement deals were pulling out left and right, brands saying they couldn't be associated with all that scandal. I heard whispers that a major sneaker company was this close to inking a huge deal with Diddy. But baby, after those leaks hit the streets, they ghosted. Diddy thought he was about to secure another bag, but he got left on read.
And somebody's taking the pictures of him and everything. I know Puff was probably, I don't know if he probably was still mad at that today to see that, because he probably didn't know those pictures existed.
In the lawsuit, it talks about a situation where they heard about Suge being at a restaurant, and Puff they allegedly went to grab some guns and go after him or something, man. Do you know anything about that situation?
The part I know about the situation, it wasn't the fact that Suge was at the restaurant. D-Rock, Big's man, was at the restaurant, and they had D-Rock trapped in the restaurant. Now, this story came from D-Rock himself, because I was wondering, I was trying to have a sit down with D-Rock and Puff, and I wanted to have a sit down with D-Rock first and let him know all what happened and how did Big end up going to the party when I told y'all not to go to the party. And that's the party that Big got murdered at. So D-Rock told me how Puff, loaded up some guns and everything and had one of the girls, and I didn't know it was Cassie at the time. His girl came into the restaurant with the guns, giving it to him so he could be safe from whatever was going to go down or whatever they thought was going to go down, with Suge and his people. So that part was true, because that was told to me by the person who was in the restaurant.
Was that the only situation like that you're aware of?
About what?
About Puff and Suge.
Man, the times we saw Suge, you got to realize, I was part of Black Hands and Slick in the Family. The time I saw Suge I never had a problem with Suge. You understand what I'm saying? So it was never no issues. I seen Suge at the Super Bowl. It was no problem, no issue with Puff. We saw Suge in the back of the House of Blues, and Tupac was alive at the time. Tupac was in a white top, a white drop top Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever that is. Suge was in a red one. We rose up to Pac, and Puff tried to speak to Pac. He like, yo, what up, Pac? Pac looked at him and turned his head. Didn't say nothing to him, got right back on his phone. And the dude in the back of Puff at the time was named Riz. Riz said, yo, F him, speak to Suge. Suge is the boss, right? So then Puff said something to Suge. He said, yo, what up, Suge? He said, what's up? He said, yo, you think we got any problems out here? Suge said, I don't know no problems that y'all have. You think we good out here? He said, you should be. Suge just, I don't know any problems you got, bruh. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
And Pac was alive then. You understand? We drove off. We had a reporter with us. I think he was from either Rolling Stones or that other big magazine.
But that's not even the half. Apparently, some of Diddy's business partners are watching him real close since the leaks dropped. Rumor has it they're after hearing how he moves behind the scenes, thinking he might try to pull a fast one on them too. The trust is gone, and the money is drying up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of his ventures quietly distancing themselves or cutting ties altogether. It's about to be a mass exodus from the bad boy ship. Watch and see. And don't even get me started on the legal drama. That shady talk caught on tape had the lawyers smelling blood in the water. Word on the street is some folks who felt Diddy did them dirty back in the day might come out of the woodwork looking for a payday. I can see the headlines now. Disgruntled artist sues Diddy for emotional distress or some mess.
All right, Miss Jaguar Wright.
What's up, Storm?
You are on front stage. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Good. Now, who would have thought that Mr. Honeycombs himself will be getting caught up before the year was up? I knew it was coming. I didn't think this year, though. I thought next year.
I don't know. I could have swore to God I said last December. In January and February and March and April that pussy was getting booked this year.
What's your opinions on everything?
I mean, what opinion do I need to have? I was fucking right. I was as right as my motherfucking name. I said it when I was sitting there with them fucking ungrateful fucks over there on that blue couch. I warned Young Miami. I said, and you better run as fast as Cassie did. I fucking said that shit. Now look at it. Look at it. Fuck you mean? I am so sick and tired of constantly being questioned because I have the audacity to say things in real fucking time. This shit that y'all getting right now, this ain't real time. Y'all behind. Bilal? We ain't even gonna talk about Brother Bilal. We ain't even gonna talk about the fact that even though Uncle Ron still posts, don't nobody know where he at.
Yeah, what happened to him?
That part. I don't know, allegedly with Sack.
Oh my God! Speaking of Uncle Ron, the last communication I had with him, he was like, I gotta go away.
Yeah. After they whooped his ass with baseball bats and shit. I don't know why people think this is a game. I really don't know. I'm gonna tell you this though. And you know what? I look a mess right now, but I don't give no fuck.
Cam up, there you go, Cam up.
I don't give no fuck. I'm so right. I can look wrong than a motherfucker right now in this moment. I don't give no fuck. People, you know, Storm, regardless of what anybody has to say, you have a video right here on your channel that has what, 2.3 million views?
Yep,
of
I'll
me
pull it
and
up while
you.
you talking.
of me and you talking about some of these very real details that have been illuminated and fucking just spread all over the internet. I'm sorry. Are niggas mad that I'm ahead of the curve?
Well,
Or are niggas mad that I ain't lying about nothing?
But
Ain't
you know,
nobody, I ain't gonna own
Even if he manages to dodge those civil suits, the leaks expose some questionable business practices that might have the feds knocking on Diddy's door. Remember that recording about the payoffs and hush money? The IRS would love to get their hands on those receipts. If he was moving funny with the books, best believe Uncle Sam is about to come collect.
nobody $4 million.
ooh wee, they get mad at the way you say it. Now there it is, right there, 2.3 million.
That part. Have you been sued and demanded to take that video down?
Never. Nothing.
I'm just saying. If there were real defamations going on here, you would have been forced. I mean, ain't that what happened to the gold shoe witch?
Right after, yes, immediately, Jada said, "We suing." Yikes!
With her track record, good luck, Tuts. Good luck.
It's a very good point.
All differences aside, I think it is time for us to talk
Definitely about a lot of things. I think
about a lot of things.
I think you're gonna shed light on a lot of things I had suspicions of.
Yeah.
And
Well, let's just be honest. Our conversations, I think people were expecting there to be this huge smear fest between you and I. And the reason why there wasn't was because legitimately we only talked about the content and about the state of life.
that part.
That's just the honest to God truth. I couldn't tell anybody anything about your personal life, or we didn't have those discussions. We talked about the content. And you know, of all of the YouTubers that I have collaborated with, for whatever reason, you've still been the most successful.
Always imitated and duplicated. Let's say that. You got a lot of people that tried to be me, and they not me.
Well, sweetheart, you can't really have that conversation with me. People have been trying to imitate me for 30 years.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't have any sympathy. All I can say is, you know, when you are, you are. But at the end of the day, I got something to say about this because I want to make it very clear in this moment. Cassie, I will advocate for you.
It's crazy how fast Diddy went from the top of the game to scrambling to save his empire. All those years of hard work building his brand are crumbling over a few conversations. His reputation is in the toilet, his pockets are about to empty, and the vultures are circling, just waiting to pick at the remains of his legacy. But that's the thing about living life in the fast lane. You'll crash and burn. Diddy flew too close to the sun, and now he's watching his wax wings melt. The question is, will he be able to pull off a phoenix rising from the ashes moment? Can he finesse his way out of this mess and come back stronger than ever? Only time will tell, but I wouldn't bet on it. The king of hip-hop might have to abdicate his throne for good. The streets are watching, and the tea is still piping hot, honey.
No different than I did for Jennifer Huff. I will advocate for you. Because, see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us.
Tell him, please, tell him.
And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you. And I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. I will advocate for you. I'm with the shits. Fuck Honeycomb. But you are a victim. And I know that. Congratulations on surviving and congratulations on standing up. I'll advocate for you. Fuck that pussy and his little fucking dog.
Now you want to know what's crazy, Jaguar?
What?
I was, and I can just say it now because I'm not gonna do it. So why not just talk about it now? I had an offer to go over there to Revolt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep, I had an offer. They've been watching, and I was told that, hey, I can have you in the room with Puff tomorrow. And that just sounded crazy to me. That just like you can have me in the room with him tomorrow. Like what? Excuse me.
Like it's the grandest honor on earth.
You didn't say we could have a meeting to talk about XYZ. You didn't say we could. You didn't say nothing about business. You said, oh, I can have you in the room with him tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna have to do in this room?
I don't know. Ask Puff, he had to do it with Andre Harrell.
All I can do is suck my teeth. Then I was told we can make you the next Jason Lee. I ain't trying to be another Jason Lee.
Who wants to be Jason Lee?
You already got that. Why I need to come over there and do that?
Jason Lee barely needs to be Jason Lee himself.
Why y'all say the boom boom room? That is crazy.
Look, they can call it what they want to call it. Pound, town, city, whatever the fuck you want. I don't know. What I will tell you is there are too many people that I do not have direct connection to that are saying the exact same things that I started saying right here on this very channel 3 years ago. Period.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
And I think for that, I think a little reunion conversation is in order.
I think so too. I think it's time to run it back. Let's end it there. I'm gonna email you. All right.
Sounds good.
Take care now.
You do the same.
Bye-bye. All right, people.
This time, let's wrap up this wild ride and ask ourselves, is this the end of the road for Diddy, or just a bumpy detour? The tea we've spilled today has been scalding hot, from the scandalous audio leaks to the business fallout and legal troubles. Diddy's empire is shaking like a leaf in a hurricane. But no, the bad boy boss is a survivor. He's been through some before. The question is, can he pull off the ultimate comeback and rise from the ashes like a phoenix in a shiny suit? Or will these leaks be the final nail in the coffin of his legendary career?
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seatbelt.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you know, when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.